there's a very careful balance between like independent navigation and not just being like a rebel, because you don't want to just do the opposite, because then you will be miserable. But I think that what a lot of people end up as miserable as is they don't take that time to figure out what do they really like. Somebody else sells them a plan for life. They follow that plan, but then once they hit a certain point, the incongruency between what they would have wanted and what they were sold, it gets too big. And then they're like, me, like, I'm 32, I've got like 2 kids, but like I don't even want to be here. Like, I don't like this. Like, my life sucks. And now I realize that, like,
but don't you think that's like 80% of people?
Yeah, probably sometimes, yeah. This is why I like, in some ways, I like the liberal project. And this is why it's better than Dubai and all these other dumb countries these people jerk off all the time.
Have you been there?
No, but people...
I mean, I've heard enough about it literally through all these red pill spaces.
I don't mean like physically the city's bad. I'm just saying like all these like America sucks and the Western world sucks.
Yeah,
but I mean the cool thing about it is that like liberalism gives a lot of us the ability to explore in non-judgmental ways that historically were never available before. I think there's a little bit of a problem that a lot of us with no guardrails start making crazy decisions. We probably need a little bit of guidance, but the ability to kind of like explore and figure that out on your own, I think, is relatively unique for a mass population.
So do you think tradcon wives are just these like little bunnies that are walking around like, yeah, you're right, honey? Like, do you think that they've actually... Have you met an intelligent tradcon or like an intelligent woman who is a conservative, who has the ability to have like critical thinking skills and an argument? Or
I think tradcon wives that genuinely want to do it are the happiest people in the world. Tradcon wives that get forced into it are the most miserable people in the world. Like I'm trying to think of like tradcon wives that liked it. I don't know if I know any, but also keep in mind the types of women and the types of people I talk to are going to skew more towards my ideology. Yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of tradcon wives like, I have met a lot of women that are like, I heard about the tradcon thing, I've talked about the tradcon thing, and I'm doing the tradcon thing, and I'm miserable, because truly they'll never say the F word, but truly in their deepest cores they are hardcore feminists. They really love their independence, they really love working, they like pursuing projects on their own, they like to have these strong independent lives. They want a husband too, but they don't want that tradcon like be in the household and be subservient to a man and take orders all day or whatever. Like, yeah. But
the tradcon is a feminist?
A lot of the ones that I know, yeah. Like, for instance, when you go to any of these like conservative women that are like on these programs, do you know Jedediah?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay. So we argue a lot, and it's really funny because
she's not a fan.
Sure. She's fighting with me on her show about how like liberals tell women to do all this and blah, but women are truly happy in the home. And I'm like, excuse me, lady. You said you have, I think she, I know this isn't a personal
No. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, because she's got a 3-year-old child, but she jumped right back into work.
But she's also 44, and she's shaming women for not making these, like, the hypocrisy.
But she's like the ultimate feminist. She really is.
Yeah,
she's got a huge career, super successful, loves being argumentative, loves fighting people, and I love that for her. I think it's great. She's like, she's the type of person I would vibe really well with.
But don't you think she's just going for the coin? Don't you think that like she met Patrick Bet-David, and you know, whether she wanted a better life with her kid, maybe she said, okay, I'll work part-time now, like I'll kind of I'll kind of say, I don't think her at home is her online. I think this is a persona or something.
I have no idea. I never assume anybody's grifting, because it's actually really rare that I meet a grifter. A lot of people assume
Pearl's not a grifter?
No, I think Pearl's genuinely I don't think she's grifting. I think that what happens is this is how if grifting happens, this is how I think it happens. Somebody might enter a space and they're like, I bet if I play this up a little bit, I can probably like get more viewers here. Okay. But they can't exist in that space for a long time and not genuinely become that thing. Okay. You'll wear the mask long enough that it'll melt onto your face. Wow. Like, so there might be some people that go into it. Like, I don't think Pearl's opinions now are the same that they were 3 years ago, but now I think she genuinely does believe everything, because you start talking to all this.
I haven't been watching her for that long. For the 3 years that she's all
but
I
like,
see is
you start making friends in that world. You talk to people in that world. You get attacked by people on the other side, which is the best way to push you even further in that direction. So at this point, I'm sure she genuinely thinks women are evil, feminists are evil, divorces are just women men over, leftists are evil, conservatives are base, red pill people have a more realistic, like, she probably believes all of that now. 100%.
Your roast with her and Ethan was like, I think one of the best videos you've ever done. I mean, I think I watched it twice.
That conversation was unbelievable. I can't believe how
I guess, okay, break down, because I'm, again, and I don't know how long we have, but like, I'm getting into the red pill space. I don't even know where I fit. I mean, maybe we go out to dinner, you can kind of tell me like where I even fit in this. But it's like, I want to have a voice. Originally, I started this because my dad died, right? It f***ed up our family. Mm-hmm. It messed with my brothers, not having a father figure. Mm-hmm. the statistics are there as far as what happens to boys, especially, right? Jail, suicide, whatever. So for me, it was originally getting into the fact that, look, as women being participants in a relationship, what my mom didn't teach me was how men truly work. Like what do they really want in a relationship? And like, as far as their logic, as far as much as they work, like don't nag them, right? Like don't emasculate them. Don't just be a partner with them. But if women aren't being taught, that was my role as coming in. It's like, let me be your bigger sister. And like, let me show you all the things that I didn't know. Now I'm thrusted into this space, but I don't want to just be like, hey guys, I'm going to suck your dick. Like I'm not a pearl. That's not what I want, but I also want to help women and men just, and I know you have your opinions on this as far as kind of we're more alike than we are different, but I also think that there are fundamental things. For example, like I didn't understand when a man isn't paying attention to me when he's working or when he's like gone for 10 hours. It's not that he's not like thinking about me, but he's just busy. But like women, sometimes you're always on our mind. Like we would love to text you or we would love to hear from you. And we not knowing that like can cause a lot of like safety signals to go off within women. True. So that's the kind of stuff that like I want to teach on is like just basic fundamental like differences between men and women. I guess my question is like, are there any people within this space that like are doing it justice? And if like you could manufacture, if you could give me advice or like anybody that like wants to get in this space, where do we focus on that's like healthy versus red pill bullshit versus Uber psychology versus Jordan Peterson? Like if you're a dating coach, like what would be an ideal dating coach?
Okay, I'm not trying to load this as much with my personal opinion, but there are two huge things. One is something I'll say needs to happen everywhere, regardless of a personal opinion.
Okay.
Relationships and sex need to stop being a zero-sum game because it is the most cancerous shit in the world. The idea that every time a man a woman, a man is gaining something and a woman is losing something. These hyper adversarial relationship dynamics are so toxic.
So super black and white, like we're
no, not even black and white, just the zero sum idea that a man is winning and a woman is losing. That in order for a man to win, a woman must lose. That is like that is one of the. It is a bedrock belief, even if these people don't realize it. This is like an axiomatic belief to all of these situations. When a man and woman are dating, the man is winning because he's getting older and he's gaining value, and the woman gives him value. The woman is losing because she's losing value. She gets older. When a man woman, the man is only doing so because he's at a higher status. When he's with that woman, he's socially signaling to other women that he's high status. The woman is losing because she's been ran through, right? All of these situations that they set up are zero sum, where if hopefully the man is winning and the woman is probably losing to some extent. So that's one thing that has to go. The super adversarial dating dynamics are super cancer. The second thing, I would fight on this, but it's going to be hard. There has to be relationships are built on mutual respect. Even if you are going to say at the end of the day that like maybe the man has the final call on some things, okay, not to get personal. When people say things like in a relationship, the man leads and the woman follows, the man has the final say on things, this is exclusively said by people that have never been in real relationships before. Because in real relationships, the reality is the domain of expertise of both people are really different. The man is not telling the woman, you better be using Clorox bleach in the bathroom. Like if the woman is at home cleaning, she's making the final call on all of that, right?
Totally.
Yeah. The man is not saying that like, don't tell the teacher this about little Johnny. Like chances are if the woman is stay-at-home mom, she's keeping up with the education, right? The woman is not telling the man, like, you better take that opportunity in the office and work on that project because the man is the one working. She's not, right? So people that do these weird things like, the woman follows the man leads. No, everything is made as a partnership. There's never been a history where relationships worked well where the guy's like, dude, honey, I'm so excited. I got an opportunity for a promotion. We're going to move from Washington to Florida. Like, pack your shit up. We're leaving tomorrow. That's never going to happen.
I mean, it did, and it...
Well, it can, but usually it
doesn't work out very well.
Yeah. If it's just, I'm not saying that a man can't say like, I got it, like, let's talk about this. I got a promotion. We're going to do this. But yeah. Also, this is something else I noticed. And this is another thing that drives me crazy for all these red pills. And anytime I hear people give these examples, I know you have no experience in relationships. Anytime people talk about like men need to be strong and men need to lead and all this. And I always try to give examples. For everything I give, I try to give an example. And whenever they give examples on this, their example is always like, what if somebody breaks into the house and I've got to grab a shotgun and kill him? Or what if we're walking home from dinner? I've got to choose which alley we go down. It's either alley, murder alley, or the one with the knives. Who's gonna protect you, right? And it's like, bro, like these guys talk like they're James Bond. Like, what is like an average, like your average relationship, like your biggest fights are not that dramatic. Right. Usually it's over shit like the guy's not willing to do any dishes after dinner. The woman is like bugging the guy too much when he's at work. Like usually the fights that are really dramatic are not about people getting murdered. But every example they give about like the man leading is always like some life or death Jason Bourne situation.
Well, they talk about protecting and providing, and I'm like, wait, protecting you against what? Like, when's the last time I saw a lion in the wild like coming to get me and my baby?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't. That doesn't happen.
And the kill shot to that too is like, if a woman wants to stay safe, the best bet is to just never date a man, because the most threat to a woman is usually domestic violence. Yeah. So it's not even like a good argument. Yeah. And then for providing, these guys are all advocating dating 20 women at once anyway. You're not providing for every woman that you like. What are you talking about? Like, yeah. I think it's stupid.
Are you gonna have Pearl on? Are you ever gonna debate her? Like,
I'm not going on her show anymore. Her shit is just off the chain. Everything on Twitter is basically just like the most disgusting shit that you could ever say about women, and it's just a stream of it, of like actual vomit. For a while, I thought maybe she didn't run it, and she got like some like Nigerian guy to just like go on ChatGPT and like give me like 30 tweets like shitting on women in the most passive aggressive manner possible. But yeah, I don't know. I'm good on that. If she wants to like come on my stream or argue on some other platform, I'd do it. But I don't think I would go to her stream. Yeah.
Is there anybody that's like giving somewhat good advice? Like anyone you could think of out of all of them? Sneeko.
No.
I don't know anything about him. I just hear his name come up all the time.
Okay.
Alan Preach, maybe.
Alan Preach are generally pretty grounded.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is that like it's almost like there's like a filter where it's actually true of politics too. There's almost like a filter where like generally the people that want to give all the advice are usually the most unhinged ones. So like Abba and Preach, in my opinion, most of what they give is decent advice, but they're not like coaches. They would never want to be like, yeah, we're there. They just like talk about things that are interesting to them. I would say that like there are vestiges of like the PUA community that still does okay. So there's a guy called Playing with Fire. His name is Alex.
I know him.
Yeah, he's like pretty cool. I'm sure there are others out there, I just don't know them. But like generally, if you call yourself Red Pill, you're giving dog shit relationship advice. Actually, you're usually never giving relationship advice. You're usually just giving advice about as many women as possible. That's basically all they talk about.
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.